Thanks for celebrating Pride all year round with the House of Barefoot 2020.
And cheers to 2021, baby. Here we come.
Here's to 2021!
I'm gonna celebrate the way I normally celebrate. The celebration of oneself.
And I want to thank Barefoot Wine for letting me make this beautiful outfit inspired by your packaging.
Let's go ahead and cheers to 2021 with this incredible Pride packaging by Barefoot with the Barefoot Bubbly.
So no matter where you're at or who you're with,
Let's raise a glass and celebrate together.
it's time to sparkle and
If you're not lugging bags, you're not doing drag.
And you think it's so glamorous, don't you?
I'm Christopher Hamblin, aka Mr. Royale, because I am married to the one and only Latrice Royale. Each week we will be taking a behind the queens look at the men behind the women that you love from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Now kids!
This is All the Queen's Men.
So when I think about all the Queen's Men and all of the adventures that we've been on, I have to think about my first two guests because I think I've been through more with them than just about anybody. Please help me welcome Mike J. Rez and CeeJay Russell, otherwise known as Mr. Manila Luzon and Mr. Ginger Minge.
Thank you for having us.
I haven't had you yet, but maybe later. How is the quarantine? Are you eating everything in your house?
Okay, well, the quarantine at home has been such a learning curve, but it's been amazing because as everyone's been able to enjoy the aesthetics and the performance of Manila Luzon across the world, I am enjoying Carl, my husband, at home, cooking, taking care of our newly founded birds.
Birds?
Growing an intimate relationship that has been so different from any other year we've ever spent together.
Well, that's amazing to hear. This has been very stressful times for a lot of people. Do you feel the same, CeeJay, or are you all ready to kill each other over there?
Yeah, it's been interesting because like when me and Ginger first got together, I didn't see him a lot. She was out doing her thing. And then I started touring. And now it's kind of back to like the interesting thing where we kind of like find our own separate thing to do every day. So we still have that little normalcy. Like I sit in the computer and I learn a bunch of new things that I didn't get the chance to learn pre-quarantine. But yeah, it's been fun. Like it's been different because you're constantly going. And I think like the little break from touring has really been like beneficial because it makes you miss it. Everyone thinks like touring is the most glamorous thing in the entire world. They think that, oh, you guys get to go on a tour bus. Oh, you get to live that fantasy. You don't want to live that fantasy. Nothing says waking up at 4 a.m. to a fart going through air conditioning on a tour bus.
When we do get to spend that time together, you kind of get to see why a person is the way they are. You get to understand what they go through on a daily basis.
If you're on a bus for 6 weeks with these very high characters, it really takes a person that's gonna like be able to take control of a situation. And I believe that as the Capricorn and Libras that we are in this room right now, to realize, you know, we have to be quick thinking and take control of our futures, not only for ourselves, but for each other.
And we all understand that if one of us looks bad, we all look bad. When you're on a tour like that, we all want everybody to look good. And it doesn't matter who you're married to or who you work for or who your manager is. Some bitch needs a zipper done.
Where are the straws?
Where's the ice? I need a napkin.
It's just fun because like you can be sitting there out of nowhere, like any one of these girls will scream our names, and in an instant we just drop whatever we're doing and we run.
Mike, do you remember almost dying with me in Brazil?
I remember we had to go to the venue for a tech rehearsal, and we had to split Ubers. And you and
we
I
didn't have to split Ubers. Your husband jumped in the other one with my husband. And we were forced into the one that we were in.
That's what they do. That's what they do. So we were already about 10 to 15 minutes behind in a foreign country.
And we saw so quickly that we were not going the same path.
And the path that we were following was not even following the GPS. We reached the top of this hill where Christopher cannot open his door and I cannot open my door. And then 2 motorcycles pulled up to us with their lights beaming, like these bright flashing lights. And that's when I realized that Christopher had the right worry.
Oh, I had been stressing out already, and Mike was just in the back, cool and keeping it calm. And I know I can be a little like fussy, so I was trying to just keep my calm as well. And then there just came a point where he realized, like, oh no, we could die. Like,
we're gonna die.
If this is how people are going to the club, they're not going to the club. Nobody's coming to the party. But we made it through, and we have been forever bonded. I want to ask you both, but I'll start with CeeJay. CeeJay, how did you and Ginger meet?
There's 2 stories. There's the one we tell our parents, and there's the true one. We met at Universal when I worked there. Ginger walked into the front gates. I said, "You look really familiar." And Ginger said, "Yeah, I was on RuPaul's Drag Race." I said, No. You're the one that was in my dreams last night.
Oh, he had a line.
As she does. That's the fake story.
Now for the real tea.
The real story is I logged on to Growler, which is Grindr for fat, hairy people. And we met each other on there.
So had you seen her on TV before you met?
So I had no idea who Ginger was when we first started talking. And then, she told me, and I did my research and I looked her up, and I was captivated. Like, it was just one of those things where I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is kind of cool.
Well, and he's such a dynamic performer. He's so much fun to watch. And how about you, Mike? How did you and Manila meet?
Well, it was a Monday night, and I went to go play pool at a gay sports bar in New York City. RuPaul's Drag U was playing on the TV, and Manila was hosting the night. And I had recognized the voice on the speaker during the commercial break. And then I looked around, I was like, oh, I know that's Manila. I just saw her on RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh my gosh. And I said, hey, I just saw you on TV and you were awesome. It was the first season I watched. It was great. And then about 2 weeks later, I returned to the bar. Manila was there again. And that's when we exchanged numbers. And she goes, I remember you. And I was like working in corporate America. So I had like 90s box cut suits. It was atrocious. And meeting Manila was the cherry on top of my career, of my life, my personal life, everything, because she allowed me to realize we are born naked and the rest is legitimately drag.
Let the church say amen. Amen. Latrice and I got married very kind of like away from the spotlight. We told everybody to put their cameras away. But y'all were at RuPaul's DragCon in front of God and everybody with Michelle Visage.
I now pronounce you husband and husband. Now kiss.
What was that like?
It was fun. It was stressful because we kind of kept it very hush-hush. We kept it very low-key. If you're there for this moment, you're there for this moment. Doing it at DragCon was our thank you. It was our moment to share with the fans. They have given us so much that we wanted to give them a moment for them.
I have a few questions that I want to ask you both about your partner's participation on a little television show called RuPaul's Drag Race. How many times was your partner in the bottom? And what songs did they have to lip sync in their original season?
Oh my God, in their original season. Manila bottom was MacArthur Park.
Yes, who could forget the big bird, yellow feather, yes, all of that. CeeJay, do you remember about Ginger's participation?
Ginger was in the bottom twice.
Okay.
I remember one song, and it was Show Me Love.
That's absolutely correct.
And I don't remember the other song.
By a little singer called Tiffany.
Oh, I Think We're Alone Now.
I Think We're Alone Now, indeed.
And then
I was going to try to challenge you to see if you could fill in some of the lyrics from some of your partner's songs. So I'm going to start with Mike. If I were to say to you, put your hands up, honey, don't be acting funny.
Give me all your money right now, right now.
You're absolutely correct. Enthusiasm and thorough knowledge of your husband's material has been duly noted by everyone here. So CeeJay,
Oh boy.
if I were to say to you, you think I'm a bitch, what you want me to say?
None of your words gonna get in my way.
Ding, 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 you both pay attention to your husband's career. So guys, thank you so much for being the first guests on All the Queen's Men. You guys both as couples have our backs, and we hope that you know that we have yours as well.
I love you guys so much, and this was a lot of fun. And thank you for including us.
Ciao,
We love
guys. It was
you.
great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.